found like an umbrella thing, but they found like nails and stuff missing. So you can already tell there's some physical stuff going on, right? Took photos of blood on the ground. They searched the area and yielded negative results for other victims. Recovered evidence was given to these cops who took custody of the recovered evidence and booked it. Okay? All right. There's one more thing that we're gonna kind of bring up, and let me see, is it evidence? I think it might be evidence. Okay, here we go. Damn, I gotta zoom all the way in on this. Okay. So first of all, it looks like they had some money on them, right? So what was found was 85 $100 bills. Make sure I see it. 85 $100 bills, 42 $20 bills, and 16 $5 bills. Okay? So already we're probably talking about around $10,000, $12,000 in cash, right? Also, what was taken into custody? The handgun, the magazine, a watch, some pendants, and then a bunch of rings that we saw before. Okay? Now, I'm gonna actually go back to this initial thing right here, and we're only going off the witness statements. And this is how I'm trying to paint the picture, right? And again, this is guesstimating. Obviously, we won't know more until like the cops tell us more, or like until somebody starts telling her some other stuff. But let's just be very clear on what probably happened, right? Everybody left. We already told you what's going on up until they get in the vehicle. Let's bring it to some of what Meg is saying happened after she's in the vehicle, right? Meg is saying that the argument is getting worse. You remember that part where she said, well, Gail King. So she said she wants out the vehicle. This is, I believe, a confrontation between Kelsey, who is pressing her best friend. Why are you fucking with the nigga I'm talking to? Also, she feels a little way about Tory because Tory was acting up. She's drunk, Tory's drunk, everybody's drunk. Kelsey's also looking at Tory like, yo, you a weirdo, nigga. Like, why would you fuck with my best friend and have us both around? Okay? All that's happening, Megan really want to get into it, and it appears based on these statements, I'm only going on these statements, right, that essentially there was some fights happening, and the first fight, I would say, was between Meg and the best friend. So let's put that into the ecosphere. They're starting to fight. Meg wants to get out the car is driving. They eventually pull over because the guys have now seen that in the back seat, you have two females fighting. And for you to either break it up or whatever the case is, you got to pull over. Bet. You pull over. Now, you're either trying to like reach back there and break it up, but anyway, one of the females hop out the car. I have to imagine, based on what we've heard Meg say multiple times, that she was walking away, that Meg hopped out the car. Now, I gotta also put back into perspective what one of the witnesses said when they said they were going back and forth and fighting each other. Hey, maybe the best friend hopped out the car too and tried to fight again. Now,
that was it.
We're not gonna get to the bullet part, no.
That was the whole thing.
You didn't play the bullet part? Yeah. Oh, that was the first academics. That was like 2 weeks ago. We got that too. You still got that, Rick?
It's on the phone.
that nigga on the phone.
Josh on here?
Yeah, A-Rod, you got it?
Yeah, I'm here.
Josh, remember the one we played a couple weeks ago?
Yeah, he just sent me something though that he want me to play him, so I'm gonna
What
play
is
that real quick. I don't know. It's a screen recording.
It's the
Instagram.
Instagram.
Megan Thee Stallion. Yeah, Megan Thee Stallion on 2020 shooting. I'm the victim. That's what it said.
But she just did some fresh shit? giving up. She like bombshell. She don't stop.
Oh my God. I have one question.
I'm saying we're really close. My friends, we hung out like every day.
Like that. Where she been anyway?
She was in here the other day. Like, not yesterday, but the day before, I believe. I seen her on stage.
She said she was black.
Here goes the next one.
Damn, Bridget. Oh my God.
Bombshell bust the ass ass.
We were not dating. We were really close. We were friends. We hung out like every day. And his mom passed too. So when I felt like we were bonding over that. And
Did you have an intimate relationship with him?
like sexual?
Yeah. Did you, Megan? Did you have a sexual relationship with Tory Lanez? Yes, that's my question.
Megan.
I didn't have a sexual relationship with Tory.
So why do you think he's putting out the story that the two of you had a relationship and that you're making the whole thing up?
It's lying.
I think that he is trying to deflect from the fact that
Yeah, that was all of that one too.
Hey, look, in what? In the court of law, sexual relationship and getting fucked is two different things. Yo, where's the one with what?
It's on YouTube.
I just sent it to Rick.
No, we had it.
Yeah, we did have it. We played it, like a week ago.
Every time we going to get that park cleaned up, this shit he disappeared.
Only issue I got with academics, what is it, audio, is the fact he left a hole when he said the police pulled up and said that they witnessed the girls fighting, and then he continued on to talk about the distribution of accessories at the scene. So then I would say to academics, did they pull up and actually see the girls fighting, or they pulled up to a call of women fighting, or if they assumed they were fighting in the back? Because it's weird to say the females were fighting and then to continue and say there was things distributed outside the car and then the girls were fighting outside the car, and then you're marking the things that were distributed outside and it's kind of a gaping hole in between, because then you kind of mess up your credibility, because now we are trying to figure out, okay, academics, they said the girls were fighting inside and outside the car, so did the officer just sit there and watch the whole fight go from inside the car to the outside the car? Because then you did just say the girls were fighting in the back seat. Then
No, that was
witnesses. That was eyewitness
That's our
account.
witness. Come on, man.
Okay, so
Stop, man.
Okay, so it wasn't the officer. The officer gets to the scene and they see the things, they see the items that distributed outside the vehicle, right? The items are distributed, like the nails and the, what they say, the necklace, and they're saying that it's gonna fight. There's a witness that says that there was fighting.
Hey, Wack, you missed it.
Yeah.
You had stepped out the room. Hey, Josh, spin that again, man. When that question was asked, go ahead and spin that, Josh.
What question?
You just played. Oh yeah.
You already get that part cleaned up, my nigga. We know what's going on.
Have you had sex, any intimate with her? And she laughed. She giggled and laughed. I said, how you go from crying to laughing? She like, come on, man. No, I didn't. Like, that shit was weird. Like, everybody been saying this was some dick and pussy shit. And, the law really ain't got no business in this. Straight up.
She can be in hysterics. She can go from a high element of emotion to a very low one. This tends to happen to people that are going through a trauma.
She ain't.
Get the fuck out of here.
She ain't trauma.
Hold the fuck.
She is not
The
trauma.
fuck out of
He's
here.
not learning about that, though.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here with that shit.
We got,
Fuck out of
But she
here.
lost her parents.
But the people that's lying too.
She started mentioning her mama passed away. Like, see, women, I see it.
Did you have sex with
Don't do that.
All her
did you have sex with sounds like come.
This story is blowing my head.
she might